Good evening. Hi, Ginger, Alyssa. Nice to see you. Thanks for being here. There's Chloe and JB. Good evening. We have a nice night here. It's the coolest night we've had in a few weeks, so I think we're at 62 degrees Fahrenheit right now. So this could be the beginning of our downward spiral towards winter. Usually doesn't start to cool off here until the middle of August, and even September we can have lots of days that get up to 80 degrees or so. But seems like the forecast for the next 2 weeks is temperatures every day pretty much in the mid 70s, and nighttime temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. So that's starting to sound like September weather already. 80 in Smyrna tonight. Just a little bit of wind, hardly any at all. Clear skies, but a beautiful moon. I might be able to show you. I don't know if the camera will pick up on it. Not very clear. See if we can get the camera to focus on the house. So we actually have quite a few clouds, but lots of breaks in the clouds. It's supposed to be a nice sunny day. Well, it's supposed to be sunny with cloudy periods in the afternoon, and I guess a pretty good chance of showers tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. So we'll see how long that lasts. Right now they're saying the rain showers are going to end around 10 p.m. So maybe able to do another moth stream tomorrow night. Hi, Mojave. Thanks for joining us. Great to see you. Turn my light on here and I'll move in and see who's here. A few moths at the light. No biggies that I can see right off. Just taking a quick look around here. This is a boldly marked archips that we've seen before, but such a nice looking moth. I think I'll start off with him. Boldly marked archips. Archips is a fairly large genus of moths. They're micro moths. And I want to take a look at this one here. I don't recognize it right away. I think it's something new for the stream. But what is it? I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's a glassy cutworm, but I'll need to confirm that at moth photographers group. Glassy cutworm. It's the only name that's sort of coming into my brain, so I'm not sure why. I think it's a glassy cutworm, except my brain is telling me that. So we'll go with that name for now. Yeah, it must be ginger. It's surprising how our brains work sometimes, but it's also surprising how they begin to fail as we get older. That's a powdered big wing we see every night. Yeah, I think that's probably a glassy cutworm. Here's a modest furcula. This one's quite worn, a bit frayed on the wingtips. Frayed, and a lot of scales are missing. Ugly nest caterpillar moth. Flame-shouldered dart. Another one more worn right there. It's like a rotund idia. Nice micro moth of some kind. It's a caddisfly. This looks like a new pattern for us. Very long antennae. Powdered big wing. Still looks like a glassy cutworm. Elegant grass veneer. It's another one of those micro moths that same as we just looked at a moment ago there. Chloe, I haven't heard Nita since I've been out here, but there is a party going on. Sounds like there's a party going on across the cove. I'm hearing people quite often. I haven't heard a dog barking, but maybe I just missed it. This is a fan foot of some kind in the genus Zanclognatha. I was going to show you how his antennae were hinged, but he's flown. This is some kind of a crambid, related to the grass veneers, but it's not one of the grass veneers. Our boldly marked archips still there. This is a micro moth we saw last night, and I didn't have the name, and I still don't. But it's pretty straightforward to identify. I can find it quickly if I just make a point of looking at Moth Photographers group. Who else do we have here? I don't know if you remember last night that we had an interesting leafhopper. Had a green head, green thorax. The wings were black with some whitish spots. Had two black dots in the green area. And I think I mentioned that it wasn't familiar to me, and I think it was a new one for me. But anyway, I spent some time researching that today, and I didn't find it, but I think it's a European species that's introduced here, and I'm going to send it to an expert and get their take on it, but I expect it's maybe a new species for New Brunswick, at least. So I'll keep you posted on that one. It's a large caddisfly. I found a couple of similar species, but they weren't matching quite right, and they were both European. So I have a pretty good idea what genus that leafhopper is in. So I think I'll be able to narrow it down. Just need more time to do some more research. This is a looper of some kind in the genus Syngrapha. I think that's a fan foot of some kind, but it's very, very worn. Can hardly see any of the pattern left. It's only got one antenna. You can see how the antenna is hinged about halfway out. It's got a sort of a bulge in it. That's a good characteristic of that genus Zangplognatha, which is the genus name for the fanfoot moths. Here's a sexton beetle, Nichrophorus. Doesn't seem to have any hitchhikers. The full common name for this species is round-headed sexton beetle. Or maybe it's round-shouldered. Round something. I think it's round-shouldered sexton beetle. These usually have mites on them, but this one doesn't seem to. crane fly up here. Crane flies are in the order Diptera, which most of the fly families are in Diptera. In fact, the order Diptera are just generally referred to as flies. And a good way to tell you're looking at a fly, a true fly, Diptera, is that they only have 2 wings. You didn't give me a chance to show you. They have these calipers that take the place of the hind wings flies. I'll try to find another large fly to show you that on. Black zigzag. The very worn banded tussock moth. Can easily see through the wings. Take a look on the shingles. Flame-shouldered dart. An elegant grass veneer. Somebody hiding down here. Some kind of a dagger. Not sure what species of dagger this is. Could be the night wandering dagger. There's a species of dagger called night wandering dagger. But there's another similar one too. I think it's called impressed dagger. I think it's one of those 2 species. Impressed dagger or night wandering dagger. There's a reticulated fruitworm moth with the, well, they both flew. This is another fanfoot moth. You can see the what looked like hinged antenna. Very pale species, but I don't know which one it is. Here's common gluphisia. Looks like a male with big feathery antenna. And up here is this is one we saw before. And I think it's called the orange spotted carpet moth. There's also an orange banded, and I just can't remember which one this is. Even though they're called orange spotted, orange banded, many of them don't have any orange at all, like this one. And although we had one last week, I still haven't got around to looking that one up. Alyssa, you looked them up once? Did you reach any conclusions? Something is telling me that the species name for this one is Walkerata, named after Mr. Walker. Walkerata, Walkerata. So I'm not sure if that's orange spotted or orange banded. So arched hook tip. Not sure who that one is. Somebody up here on the pin. Oh, this is northern fin prominent. Hi Ryan, good evening. Northern fin prominent. Elegant grass veneer again. Ugly nest caterpillar moth. Another ugly nest caterpillar moth here. Another one down here. Just heard a great horned owl calling. If you have headphones on, you might be hearing it too. It's a bristly cutworm. Great horned owl is going hoo 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 hoo. This is a fanfoot Zanclognatha. Same sort of hinged antenna. Not sure what species again. Great horned owl has stopped calling as soon as I made the call, so I don't know if he's going to come in close and call again or what. Well, here's a nice pattern on this, some species of Aclaris. A-C-L-E-R-I-S, Aclaris. Got that black semicircle, or dark brown, with I guess it's the same sort of beige color as the rest of the wings inside the circle. Up here, Baltimore snout. And common gluphisia up underneath the shingle there. Up here is a large yellow underwing, one of the darker forms. I try to show you the underwings, but they always fly when I touch them. Not sure what this is. It's a bit frayed. That was an interesting call. I don't know if you heard that. It sort of sounded like an elephant. There. It's quite loud if you're listening with headphones especially. I wonder if that's an alarm call of great horned owl. Just called again. Let's listen. That's me calling. I'm not sure if that's one of the alarm calls of great horned owl. It could well be. The great horned owl comes in and takes my scalp off. Interesting. Yeah, I was just thinking I better not stand out in the open and make that call in case he is irritated. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm going to have to look that up. All About Birds is a good site to check vocalizations. They usually have a good selection of calls of all species. It's our boldly marked archips again. Here's a sigmoid. This is one we saw a few in the early streams, but we haven't seen one for a while. Sigmoid prominent. Always have an abdomen that sticks out beyond the end of the wings. That's it, Ginger. Sigmoid prominent. Horned spanworm. Usually the markings are more pronounced. I think this one's a bit faded. Horned spanworm. Hi, Mary. Thanks for joining us. We're listening to what may be a great horned owl giving alarm calls. Of course, he just stopped. There was a great horned owl calling Mary a few minutes ago, and I imitated it, and I guess it's not going to call. Something something is calling from the nearby trees, sort of going, "Arr! Arr!" Which could be an alarm call. Great horned owl. Or it could be porcupine. Or could be some kid in there with a horn. Who knows? Oh, actually, I'm pretty sure it's a great horned owl alarm call. That was a dagger of some kind there, the one that we saw earlier. Night wandering dagger, perhaps. Three-lined leaf roller, the one on top there, three-lined leaf roller. Oh, I hear black-billed cuckoo calling in the distance. Three-lined leaf roller. The other one is, I'm not sure if it has a common name, but the scientific name is Apotamus alveolana. Apotamus, Apotomis. albeolana, Albeolana. And we saw it quite a few times on our earlier streams back in earlier in July and in June. Zigzag herpetogramma. That's it, Ginger. Hippopotamus albeolana. This is the one that has some purple iridescence. If you get it at the right angle. Our reticulated fruitworm moth again. Well, not a whole lot going on tonight. Here's a tufted thyatira. Tufted thyatira. Quite a large moth. Thyatira, that's it, Alyssa. Sorry, I just noticed I was holding my fingers over the microphone again, so I don't know how long I've been muffled, but sorry about that. This is called a red twin spot. It's a type of carpet moth. Just looking to see if I have my card here. This might help with the exposure. Red twin spot. Very little on the shingles tonight. This is the bold feathered grass moth that we've seen a few times. Identified with a lot of help from Alyssa. Looks like another red spotted, red twin spot. Yeah, this one is very similar to the zigzag herpetogramma, but not nearly as dark and slightly different wing shape. It's in the same genus, herpetogramma. flame-shouldered dart. All right, we'll do one more sweep across. We'll call it a night. It's a Ichneumon wasp. First one for tonight. Leaf sandpiper just called. That was a bold-feathered grass moth. The zigzag herpetogramma right here. I'm hearing some crickets, some kind of crickets calling. I haven't been noticing broadwing katydids since I started the moth stream, but there were plenty calling earlier at the end of our day stream by the hummingbird feeders. Some kind of an idia, but I'm not sure what species this is. Very dark caddisfly. Ginger, are you and Alyssa doing your thing again? We all know you're the same person. Oh, here's this is a new one for the stream, but I'm not going to be able to give you a name. It's related to those herpetogrammas. And if I can just remember to do so, I can easily identify it at moth photographers group. Have a jet overhead and a small training aircraft from the Moncton Flight College. It's a dagger. Looks like probably the same kind we saw earlier. Alyssa, I don't know if you mean for this one. I don't think this is in the genus Herpetogramma, but if you've had a chance to look in Moth Photographers group, well, great. I'm surprised that it's in the same genus, Herpetogramma, but I know it's closely related to the herpetogrammas. I didn't realize it would be in the same genus. So thank you for that. Do you know what the common name is? If there is one? A lot of the uncommon moths do not have common names. They're sort of assigned by some North American Lepidoptera Association. Lepidoptera are butterflies and moths. That's the order Lepidoptera. and they'd named all butterflies in North America, but compared to moths, there aren't a lot of butterflies. I'm not sure how many there would be in North America, maybe 500 butterflies. We have around 85 to 90 in New Brunswick here. But moths in North America probably number, I don't know, 10, 15, 20,000. I should know the number, but I don't. Yeah, it's probably more like, for North America, probably more like 30,000 species of moths. This is a brother moth that just got wiped out there. Three-lined leaf roller. This is a sweet fern geometer. It's a Zanclognatha of some kind, with a hinged antenna. And we'll check the shingles over here. The edge of the sheet. Common Gluphisia. Clover looper down here. Clover looper. Brother moth. There's the sigmoid prominent with the zigzag herpetogramma together. I really like seeing pairs and trios of moths close together. It's hard to get the right exposure on both. Anyhow, I think we'll call it a night. I don't see anything else remarkable. And I guess a great horned owl isn't going to come in, sit on the light. And we need to get rested up for tomorrow night's stream. Lesser maple spanworm. Okay. Whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. Here's somebody new. The last second. Ooh. This is one of the underwing moths. I hadn't been telling you about underwing moths. There's a whole family of moths called underwings, and they come out in late summer, starting around now. There are 40, 50 species of them in New Brunswick. They're all quite large. Most of them have bright patterns on the underwings, if you can see the underwings. It can be yellow, orange, pink, scarlet red. This is one of them. The genus is Catocala or Catocala. Catacola. I don't recognize this one right off. I have trouble with them, remembering the names. But we have a good view of it, so probably just from this view I can get a name. Now we'll see if we can coax them to show some of the underwing. To see, I think this would be an orange species. Yeah, I think that was orange and black. Orange with black bands. Blown over here. Anyway, this will be one of our target groups for August. The underwing moths. See how many different species we can find. One more try. Oh, he's on my jacket now. I don't know if you can see him. He's here on my jacket. Anyway, underwing season has begun. Oh. Not sure where he went. I took him off my jacket, hoping he would land on the sheet, but I guess he's had enough. All right. Well, that one I will look up and I'll get you a name. We'll start our underwing list. So here's the moon. And I'll say good night to everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Ginger and Alyssa, just an awesome job once again of typing all the names. Listening to my mumbling. Chloe and JB, thank you so much, as always, for being here. I think I'm getting text messages from Melissa saying she isn't able. Oh, okay. She wasn't able to post a chat there for a moment, but I think her and Ginger are back now. I'm not sure, but Alyssa says it's not the wonderful underwing, is it? No, that doesn't sound like a species that's found in New Brunswick. Just give me a second here. I've got some duct tape over the top of the screen, which is where the text messages are coming in. So there we go. Ginger's back. Alyssa, if you're at Moth Photographers Group, do you want to check Briseus? Briseus. Briseus underwing, to see if that looks at all familiar. Alyssa, I see your testing message. So good night, Chloe and JB. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. Anyway, I'll check that one out. I have a hunch that it might be Briseus underwing. And I'll let you all know tomorrow night. Alyssa says could be. Thank you, Alyssa. Thank you, Ginger, so much. And anyone else who's there, thank you so much for being here. Karen's having surgery tomorrow on her ankle. I'll send her good healing energy and thoughts and vibes. "5:30 a.m. Okay, good night all. Take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.